I'm Mo Phillips, and I'm excited that you're here to enjoy a conversation I had with Kim Stafford. Yes, the Kim Stafford, longtime Oregon champion of prose and poetry. He's been professoring at Lewis and Clark College for eons. He's also the founder of the Northwest Writing Institute, as well as Oregon Poet Laureate from 2018 to 2020. That's amazing. I think you're going to enjoy this conversation because Kim has an abundance of ideas on how to create a state song for Oregon. And if you're thinking, how would I do this? Kim's got some ideas for you. It's pretty awesome. So thanks for hanging out. Let's go party with Kim.
That's it. Hi, Kim Stafford.
Hi.
I'm so excited to talk to you about this. Let's start from the top. Please sing me the Oregon State song.
Let's see. I'm reaching back to fourth grade here, Mo.
Oh,
But
this is exciting.
I know it's going to get confused with my high school fight song. It's
Perfect. Do
it's
that.
all a little misty in the background, I'm afraid. Yeah. I remember the bad lines. Blessed by the blood of martyrs. Yeah, that's a sore thumb.
Ooh.
And someone kindly explained to me, oh, that's about the Whitmans, and then I felt worse.
Wow.
And empire builders, that sounds like what I want my state not to be.
Right.
So I
Conquerors.
remember problematic dimensions, but I cannot sing you the song.
Nobody.
One thing about it, I do remember tearing up when I sang it in the fourth grade. I mean, I was a believer. I didn't know any better. And this was my state. And it was the only time I was singing with my classmates.
Oh, that's
So it was kind of moving and important.
so.
But why not engender that feeling with a better song?
Great idea. That actually takes me to a question that I was going to ask later, but I think you brought it up now. Like, what is the power of a song? Like, what can a song do? Obviously, you in fourth grade, Kim Stafford, the fourth grader, was tearing up. So, what is it? What can a song do? Like, what can a state song do? Why? Why now?
Well, I have to say one thing as a poet, when you're a child, you recognize that breath is life. People say, like I grew up with the taunt on the playground, Kiam, that's a girl's name. Well, that's just a little bit of air, but it can cause pain. And on the other hand, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words can be a charm to fend off danger. And when you share breath and share a song, the beauty of language and the beauty of music in one experience with other people, that is powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So a state should have a song, and it should be a good one.
It should be a good one. And it's that sharing part too. Like, I can see myself also singing with my classmates, and whether it's in class for singing Shrimp Boats Are Coming or whatever we were singing in class, or singing your fight song, singing with I loved chanting at football games in high school. And I'm not a huge football fan, but I loved being with my friends and singing the songs for sure. So there's that camaraderie and that community building that happens when you're singing a song together with people in a common cause. So, and the sharing of the breath, I like that a lot. Yeah.
Well, it's been said primitive people notice when breath comes into an infant's body, life begins. And when breath leaves, life ends. So breath is life. It is spirit.
Oh, Kim, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. And it also reminds us the importance of breathing.
Yes.
Those breaths. I'm curious though, we're talking about songs too. So what's the intersection between poetry and lyrics? Like, where do those things meet, or is there a place that those where they meet?
Yeah, I think a song, we could say, is a place where different voices can meet. Poems can be idiosyncratic. There's a lot of variety, some you like, some you don't like. A song would be an arrangement of words where many voices could kind of be in the same river bed,
Mm,
in the same channel, where it pulls voices, different voices into one. E pluribus unum,
mm,
maybe. And the other thing that's been said about a folk song, and I think a state song has a lot in common with a folk song,
mm.
you've heard it even if you've never heard it. There's something familiar and
Timeless.
comfortable, and
Yeah.
you've come home to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So where where would we sing it? You sang it in school, right?
Yeah, well, one of the puzzlements to me, Mo, is in my youth, songs were the anthems, for a cause, for a community, for a belief, for an aspiration.
Mm,
We shall overcome, and the universal soldier, and the times are changing. And we need songs now because
mm,
songs are about we, and there's so much us and them.
mm.
And in Oregon, east side, west side, you get the cedar people, you get the sage people, city folk, country folk, there are these
Yeah.
divisions. And a song is a place of confluence.
Mm,
And a state song, part of the work it would be doing
mm.
would be to heal those divisions and be
Absolutely.
inclusive on multiple levels.
Yeah, because there's got to be at least some common ground that we share with people in our state, that we can meet on, because we're having a lot of not meeting right
I
now. And
agree. That's right.
so I love that idea of like, yeah, let's start from the premise that surely we have something in common, being
Yeah.
Oregonians.
My father has a line, I am a plain, unmarked envelope passing through the world. Remember the song, forget the songwriter. That's the thing about a folk song or a state song.
Right.
It travels under its own
Absolutely.
power.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is
We share a past and we share a future. That's why we need to be we. I mean, the song needs to be in the key of we, or people won't sing it.
absolutely. Oh,
The legislature won't decide what people want to sing. They can designate a song, but that won't make it a true possession of the state. No one can decide. Only the people can decide, and
absolutely.
probably especially children. The song that children want to sing will be the Oregon State song.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is also curious, because if this all goes the way it should, we'll get plenty of submissions from children, and
Yeah.
their ability to connect with each other in the moment of what they're feeling, that might be, what really uh, rises to the top, and really
So
can make a
imagine, Mo, imagine when we all get back together,
Hmm.
a music festival where a dozen singer-songwriters sing the song they submitted, and then everyone sings the song we chose at the end. Would that be a great moment?
Oh, I love this idea. That's so beautiful. And
So
there's
this process will engender many songs, not just one,
yes.
many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's actually something I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I tend to forget that I'm definitely a process guy. And when I teach songwriting in schools, I have to continually teach, well, not teach, but speak with teachers about, you know, the end product. You might be hoping for some incredible song about the Oregon Trail or some incredible song about crustaceans.
yeah,
That's not what we're here for. We're here for the process of building that.
yeah,
And this is the same thing. It's like, even though we might come out with a really incredible song, you're right. There's going to be this flotsam and jetsam of
yeah,
incredible songs in the wake,
yeah.
that we will then also be able to share. And there's no reason the website, that is the Oregon State Song website, couldn't just stay and have all these submissions
I
and
love that.
people to
Good
peruse
idea.
for
Yeah,
sure. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Let's
yeah.
make a bunch of them.
Yeah, well, so when I'm teaching writing, it's very similar. I don't tell the students this, but it's my watchword. They're making writing, but I'm making writers.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
a very different. So you're
for sure.
making people who will listen to songs in a different way and
Hmm.
appreciate a variety of songs, and maybe they'll write
Oh,
some too. Who knows?
maybe they'll write some too. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So what would be like, as an Oregonian, like, what Well, where would you start? And as a poet as well, like
Yeah.
what would you
Well,
do?
I sent Crystal a page of I'm a process guy too.
Mm,
And I started with this idea, if you're going to cook a meal, first you stock the pantry.
I actually stole that
If you're going to
last
build a
week.
house, first you gather your materials. And so to write a song, make a list of wonderful places in Oregon. Make a list of sensations, fragrances, colors. Make a list of creatures. Make
Mm,
a list of people,
mm,
heroes, villains.
yes.
So we get all these lists going. We just get all this array of resonant riches,
Mm,
and then start just start writing lines at random until you
mhm,
get 20 pages of lines,
mm,
and then see if some of those want to go together. So I,
right.
I see it as maybe a culinary
I love that.
approach to gathering your seasonings and your produce
Hmm.
and all, and then write 24-line verses,
Hmm.
and then pick the three or four you like best, and then pick the one of those that you really like, and that's your
Hmm.
chorus.
That's your chorus.
So I,
Right.
I kind of lay out that
That's great. I
be
love it.
one way to do it.
So what off the top, what do you what would you start writing about? I mean, I know you need pages of
Yeah.
moods, but like what's something that you love? What
Well,
what what speaks to you on Oregon?
yeah. Thinking about Oregon and the different dimensions,
Mm.
I would start gathering phrases like, just as we're talking, I'm thinking cedar and sage.
Man, when you
Uh,
said that earlier, I love
y-
that.
y-
Oh,
yeah. The names of rivers.
mm,
We've got Woody Guthrie pointing us to the tributaries. So,
right.
we've got Owyhee, Deschutes, Rogue, Sandy
Mm,
Am, the Willamette. I'd want those on my ingredients
mm,
page.
mm-hmm.
Uh, I, sort of eccentric things like my dad said when he first came to Oregon. He heard this rumor about the woman with the tar paper hat. Was sort of a mythic figure that you might see her hitchhiking. And, no, I don't think that can get into the song, but I'd put that down, the
I
woman with the
love
tar
that.
paper hat, just sort of a um, Oregon icon of some kind.
Yeah.
Then I'd want to list the tribes,
Mhm,
the names of the tribes that might get in there. I would want to make a list of different things people do, laborer,
mhm.
veteran, inmate, immigrant, field hand.
Right.
Um, get so just get a whole bunch of words like this, and then see which ones want to sing together. Yeah, I
Um,
think part of the call, maybe Mo could say, there is an Oregon song. It's waiting for us to find it. And if it doesn't come through you, your work, your readiness, your openness, your ideas, your welcome will help it come to someone. So it's really a group effort.
the people when they start to hear all these different songs start to do their own piecemealing of like
Yeah.
this part with that part would be magical,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know? So
Yeah.
maybe there is like I mean, this might be a very long process in the
Hey, what about 20 people go to Timberline Lodge with their guitars and take all the songs,
Hmm.
kind of have a jam session,
I
and
love that too.
come forth with the collective.
Yeah, the collective song, like yeah, really work this thing because
Yeah.
presumably we'll get a lot of stuff to work with. It's
So
really
so
fun.
now I'm seeing the band is on the Hawthorne Bridge,
Mm,
and singers are lining the Esplanade and the Talmakal Walkway, and everybody's singing.
just belting. Oh, love it. Oh,
And
the party's gonna be
the
great.
tugboats are pulling their steam whistles and everything.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait for this party. I had no
Yeah,
idea. This is
the
gonna be great.
party.
This
It's
is gonna be
really
great.
about the party, Mo.
Always, always.
When I was poet laureate 2018 to 2020, my predecessor, Elizabeth Woody,
Hmm.
Wasco Navajo writer and artist, at her last reading as poet laureate, she said, the more I do this, the less it's about what the poem is, and the more about who the poem serves. And that really became my watchword.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
who the poem serves. Who's it for? Not
Hmm.
not who made it, not who likes it.
Hmm.
Who does it help to live?
Hmm.
And I
Wow.
think we'd have to check the egos at the door,
Hmm.
the artists who are
Always.
making this, because we all want the best song.
Yeah. And we all wanted to do the right service.
Yeah. So a friend of mine does kind of community organizing and so on.
Mm.
And he's worked in Cambodia, Vietnam, all of Laos. And he was summoned to Senegal to develop a community process for better clean water practices.
Huh.
And the way he solved it was he wrote a song for children to sing that shamed their parents into different different practices with human waste and
Yeah,
water
yeah, yeah.
source and rivers. And so this, I mean, I'm sure it was infuriating, but these little kids are, it's a very catchy tune, they're all singing, and it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was transformative.
Right.
It changed the way people lived. What if the state song has 20 verses, 3 or 4 of which most people sing? But there's a Southeast Oregon verse, there's just singing love to Harney County, and there's a
Right.
Palawa County verse. I'm imagining like what
Oh,
you're saying. Let's get kids out at Paulina School to write a verse. You
yeah.
don't need to write the whole song, but give us a good verse about your place. Yeah, and so the TV special, Mo, had the different bands from different places, verse
Yes.
by verse, belting it out.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait for the show.
Yeah, OPB would love it.
Oh,
Field
they
Guide,
would love
Oregon
it.
Field Guide.
Oregon Field Guide all over it.
Yeah, so
Um,
I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it.
I can't wait.
Any song approved by the legislature is probably a compromise. It's got to be loved by the people
Mhm.
to truly be Oregon's song. My little devil in my mind is
Yeah,
imagine
let's go. Let's
Hawthorne
go.
Bridge.
Hmm.
One band sings the legislatively approved version. The other band with
Battle
some
of the Bands. I
Wayland
love it.
fiddles plays the people's version, and then we say, "Okay, let the
Yeah.
people decide."
Oh God. I love it. Uh, that's unfair, Kim. And we don't even have the next song, and that's still
Yeah. If we do have a song with 20 verses, there could be a couple verses that have some hard talk. That would be okay.
absolutely.
That'd be very
That
well.
would more than okay.
I'm thinking of the curriculum
Hmm.
in which each verse becomes a portal to a geography lesson about a different part of Oregon and different cultural, lots of footnotes,
This is
lots of,
amazing. See, the portals, that's a killer idea. If a verse is like, well, tell us about Malheur, and they're
yeah,
going to talk about the county, and then they're going to talk about the Bundys or whatever they want to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
Uh-huh.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my
So,
goodness.
what this is making me think of, Portlandia, the
Mm.
statue.
Mhm.
Were you in Portland when it came to Portland?
I was not. That was probably about 10 years before I got.
Yeah.
It
So
was
there
like
was
82, 83 or something.
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So the head of the Metropolitan Arts Commission, which doesn't exist anymore, but Selena Roberts, they came to her and said, "Okay, it's being cast here, and we'll get a truck and we'll bring it in." She said, "Oh no, it's coming up the river on a barge, and there are going to be all kinds of people out on their boats, and it's just going to be wild, and it's going to be this event." And I'm thinking, yeah, we need to be thinking along those lines for the song. It's not finally about the song. It's about a whole shimmer of spin-off ideas and events and populations and buy-in,
Yeah.
all kinds of buy-in. Okay, now I'm thinking there should be a verse in Sahaptin. There should be a verse in Nez Perce.
Right.
Should be a
Yes.
verse in Paiute. Wouldn't that be? Oh my gosh.
Yes. All of that. You're getting me teary. That's really good.
Well, obviously Spanish, Russian. I mean, this is gonna be a long song,
It's
Mo.
going to be a really long song, and well worth it.
Well, what a pleasure talking with you, Mo.
Me too. Thank you so much, Kim. It's been great to hang out with you, and
Yeah.
you know, maybe someday in the future, in the person, in the flesh. Oh, at the party. I'll see you at the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.